Hello guys, am I audible? Okay. So welcome back to AgriAddict's next session of 2025 Physical Sciences PYQ series, and here we are back with part 2 of 2025's Physical Science paper. From in today's session, we will be discussing from question number 61 and the following questions from that. But before that, are you all ready for the session? एक बार chat box में सब reply कर दो. Are you all everyone ready? Okay. So beginning with myself, Rohit. I am your soil science mentor, and I have completed my undergraduation from Anand Niketan College of Agriculture, Anandvan, Varora, which is affiliated to Dr. Panjabrao Deshmukh Krishi Vidyapeeth, Akola. And currently, I am pursuing my masters from Indira Gandhi Krishi Vishwavidyalaya, Raipur, Chhattisgarh. So let's begin with today's session. In today's session, first question is from agrochemicals. See, in 2025's paper, it was a recent trend observed that around 10 questions were from agrochemicals. Approximately 10 questions were from agrochemicals part. So this question is another important question from agrochemicals. Just go through the options and just try to answer the question. What will be the correct answer for the question? Quick in the options. Option C, A and B only. Okay. Very good. The correct answer for this is option C only, but the correct answer given by NTA in the answer key was A and B. Do not consider this answer because this was given by NTA, but the correct answer for this is most appropriately option C, that is A and B only. So chrysanthemum cinerophyllum is the natural pyrethrum, like pyrethrum insecticide, pyrethrin 1. Then there is the roots of this plant are predominantly secreting retinoids compound, which is also acting as a potential insecticide. Then chrysanthemum cinereifolium belongs to family Asteraceae. Just keep in mind this thing. It does not belongs to Leguminosae, but it belongs to Asteraceae family. अगर किसी ने जनरल एग्रीकल्चर अच्छे से पढ़ी होगी, हॉर्टिकल्चर थोड़ा अच्छे से पढ़ा होगा, तो it is very clear that chrysanthemum cinereifolium belongs to family Asteraceae. And then this nicotinoids also is a natural agrochemical secreted from nicotine. Like it is a mimic compound. It is a synthetic compound which is made similar to nicotine. Nicotine is secreted from tobacco, not from jasmolene. Now, what is this jasmolene? Let's understand. Jasmolene is another compound secreted from chrysanthemum, and it is a very important agrochemical. Is it clear? Moving to the next question. See, very easy question, and this is the second question of same type, like same content, same everything, just in the earlier question. Like इसी पेपर में 2025 के कल ही के क्वेश्चन में हमने देखा था कि जस्ट ऑर्डर पूछा गया था इंक्रीजिंग टू डिक्रीजिंग. सो देख लो कि इतना इजी क्वेश्चन भी एक ही पेपर में दो बार रिपीट हो सकता है. सो ये भी हमसे गलत नहीं होना चाहिए. द मोस्ट अबंडेंट एलिमेंट इन द अर्थ क्रस्ट इज ऑक्सीजन, राइट? एंड व्हाट विल बी द लाइक, हम इसको कैसे याद रख सकते हैं? ऐसे ही याद करेंगे कि OC अल्फी काना MG. तो इस तरीके से अगर हम याद रखेंगे तो ये हमको इजीली याद रह जाएगा. इसी सीक्वेंस में ऑक्सीजन से लेके मैग्नीशियम तक इसकी डोमिनेंस का एक क्लियर ऑर्डर हमें देखने को मिलता है. सो मूविंग टू द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन, वी हैव अनदर क्वेश्चन फ्रॉम mineralogy part. Just try to answer the question. Here we have to make the matches with primary classes of secondary minerals with their predominant examples. So neosilicate का primary example क्या होगा? What is the common example of neosilicate? It belongs to olivine. Then single chain ironosilicate, well known example of single chain ironosilicate is pyroxene. So अगर हमको ये दो चीजें पता है A और B, like A has 4 and B has 1 option, the correct answer for this question will be option C. ऐसे ही करके अगर हम आंसर निकालेंगे तो हमारा टाइम बचते जाएगा, and very clearly we will get easy match the following answers, and time will be saved for difficult assertion, reason and statement wise type of questions. So What is the example of sorosilicate then? Sorosilicate has the example of epidote, and cyclosilicate has common example of tourmaline. So here I have mentioned all the different types of silicate clay minerals, which has categories of neosilicates, sorosilicates, cyclosilicates, ionosilicates, then single chain and double chain ionosilicates, and phyllosilicates. And if at all any of the general formula of these elements is asked in the exam, nobody of you should mistake on it. See, sorosilicate has a general formula of Si2O76-. This is also very important, and it has examples of andalusite, sillimanite, kyanite, strolite, and epidote. Epidote is a very important example of sorosilicate. Then we have here common examples of pyroxenes and amphiboles, which belongs to single chain and double chain ionosilicates. Now, what is the general formula of ionosilicates? SiO3 2-. So everything should be properly revised just before the time of examination. Then very common phyllosilicates or sheet silicates, Si2O5 2-, has the examples of muscovite, biotite, phlogotite, all the different types of micas, then chlorides and clay minerals. These belongs to phyllosilicate class. So these are the general structures, their common examples, and their ideal formulas. Then here I have mentioned the common examples of tectosilicates also, and this is the structural arrangement of neosilicates, where there is no linkage in between atoms. Atoms are just arranged side by side. They don't form any interparticle bonding. So this is the structural arrangement in olivine, which is a common example of neosilicate. Then moving ahead to the next question, we have another statement wise type of question. What will be the correct answer for this question, guys? Option B. Okay, very good. So let's understand why the correct answer for this question is option B. See, the statement clearly mentions that a sequence of related soils that differ from one another primarily due to variation in time. So something which is varying according to time is the chronology. Like we can understand it with the word chronosequence, and since it is varying with time, this is termed as chronosequence, a sequence of related soils that differ primarily due to variation in time. Some soils also differ due to climatic conditions, and such a soils are known as climosequence. Some group of related soils that primarily differ due to this climatic conditions, these are known as climosequence. Then the third statement is wrong, as primarily varied soils due to time are considered as chronosequence. And then there is a fourth statement that a group of related soils that differ from one another primarily due to differences in slope or relief, these type of soils are known as lithosequence. So option A, B and D are only correct among these four statements. So this also can be an important type of question which can be observed. Then we have next question. Which of the following types of water is not available to the plants? This is the most easiest question, like as and when physical and biological classification of water is an important question forming part in soil physics. So this question can be expected, highly expected in the exam. Which of the following is not available for plants? The question is asking about not available. So we all know that available water to the plant is a part of capillary water. Like, can anyone tell me from what atmospheric tension this capillary water exists? Dokuchev, yes. Dokuchev gave the term biogeogenesis. Yes, this biogeoconus term was given by Dokuchev only, right? Then just tell me the range of capillary water. Quickly tell me the range of capillary water. It ranges from -1/3 bar to minus 1 by 3 bar to 31 bar. And then what part of this capillary water, like what pressure of this capillary water is available to plants? Yes, very good. Minus 1 by 3 to minus 15 is available to plants. So we can say that a part of capillary water is available. So the question is asking about which of the following types of water is not available. So hygroscopic water, gravitational water and oven dry water cannot be available to the plants. So the correct answer for this will be option B. See here, I have mentioned all the slides regarding gravitational water, capillary water and hygroscopic water. And see, here it is said that water held by surface tension from continuous film around the particles in capillary spaces which exerts a suction value of minus 1 by 3 to 31 bar. And between field capacity and hygroscopic coefficient is known as capillary water. And the part of capillary water which is available to plant is below 15 atmosphere pressure. So moving ahead to the next question, we have another question from chemicals part. Just try to answer this question. Although the correct answer for this question is already mentioned in the soil slide. Let's understand that this chemistry of pesticides book was given by N.K. Roy. So if you could guess this from this all the four options, you could have got the correct answer for this. Then albendazole is an acaricide. Then hexadecinol is a common pheromone and 2,4-D is used as a herbicide. So the correct answer for this becomes option C. Is it clear or there is any confusion? So moving ahead to the next question. The question is asking about the ideal oxygen concentration in the soil for optimal root respiration is approximately. Option B. Anyone else other than Spurti? Okay, very good, Nikhila. The correct answer for this question is option B. Why we'll understand. See, this is a very typical question. Like it is not asking minimum. The question is asking about ideal concentration. If the question could have asked the minimum oxygen concentration, the answer would have been 5 to 10 or 10 to 15. Like more than 10 is the optimum concentration, sorry, minimum concentration. I repeat, more than 10 is the minimum concentration. We will understand this in the next slide. See, Khoke has given the term air capacity, and which is measured at 50 millibars. This is also an important objective. Just keep this thing in mind. Now here we have, see, you can read this importance of soil air part. This is a screenshot from soil treatise book. A constant supply of oxygen is essential and its concentration should be at least, if it would have asked minimum concentration, that is 10% for normal growth of plants. But since it was asked ideal concentration, that lack of oxygen is more injurious to plants than excess of carbon dioxide with the reasonable limits of less than 20, at least ideal concentration of 15 to 20%. So the correct answer for this question given by NTA was 15 to 20%. Ideal concentration for the growth and development of plants is 15 to 20%. Okay. Then we have next question. Which of the following indicators are considered in land capability classification? Just try to answer this question. Option D. Anyone else? Option D. Okay. Most of you are saying that the correct answer for this is option D. Now let's see. Yes, the correct answer for this is absolutely option D, because distance to urban areas is not an important parameter of land capability classification. In land capability classification, we are attempting to provide the suitability of la land for cultivation. So in that, distance from urban areas is not an important category, but the slope, soil texture and drainage conditions are very important parameters which are playing important role in determining the capability of a land. Then land capability classification attempts to provide a single scale grading of landforms best to worst. It assumes arable to be the most desirable, and it is strongly based on consideration of soil conservation and based on negative land features. So these are some of the important characteristics of land capability classification which are used to determine the suitability of land. Then we have next question. The next question is asking about the soil hydraulic head, and this is another important question, and this has been asked in a statement wise type of question. Just try to answer this question. So let me give you a hint. You can consider this soil hydraulic head as pressure head also. So just try to answer the correct answer for this. Option C. Okay. What's your name? Ritu. Ritu. Very good. Very good. Very good. Very good, Satya. Very good. Very good. The correct answer for this is option C only, B and E. Now let's understand why. Why? Just because it is asking about pressure head, and pressure head is synonymous to potential energy per unit time, and it is the combination of gravity and pressure head. Now let's understand how. This table is very important. Like, अगर ये table किसी को याद है, if this table is by hearted kept in mind as it is, one question will be definitely helpful. Like, either it is a statement wise question or a direct type of question. This will be very helpful in your 2026 examination, as energy and volume, energy upon volume relation is synonymous to soil water potential, and it is denoted by psi. Its dimension is ml minus 1 t minus 2. Okay, and then energy upon mass is synonymous to chemical potential, whereas pressure head or soil hydraulic head, which was asked in the question, is energy upon weight. Its dimension is L and SI unit is M, and it is denoted in centimeter. So moving to the next question, we have presence of which of the following decreases ammonium fixation? Just try to answer this question. Option A, very good. Satya, very good, very good. Yes, the correct answer given by NTA for this was option A only. Aluminium and AlOH cations decrease the presence of ammonium ions in the soil. So moving ahead to the next question, like arrange the following nutrients in waterlogged soil according to their increasing redox potential. See, another similar question was covered in the yesterday's part, where we were asked to match the redox potentials of these elements. So similar question is asked twice in same paper. Like एक ही क्वेश्चन के दो टाइप्स में फ्लिप करके पूछे गए जाने पर इसको ऐसे भी क्वेश्चंस एग्जाम में देखे जा रहे हैं. सो इट इज अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चन व्हिच इज ऑब्जर्व्ड इन द एग्जाम. जस्ट ट्राई टू आंसर द क्वेश्चन. ओके, दिस इज वेरी क्लियर कि इसका आंसर डी होगा, डी बी ए सी. बट कैन एनीवन टेल मी व्हाट वाज द रेडॉक्स पोटेंशियल रेंज ऑफ ऑक्सीजन? Anyone? Anyone in the comment section? 380 to 320. Very good, Spurti. The value for redox potential of oxygen was 380 to 320 millivolts. The correct answer for this is 380 to 320 millivolts. Then we have redox potential of nitrate to nitrogen ions like 280 to 220 millivolts, and then carbon dioxide to CH4 is also there, minus 200 to 280. So this table is also important for questions point of view. Then moving to the next question, like we have statement wise type of question, and there are two statements given regarding thermal conductivity and volumetric heat capacity. So let's go through. First statement, the quantity of heat required to raise the temperature of unit volume of soil by 1 degree Celsius is known as thermal conductivity. Is it true? No, thermal conductivity is the amount of heat passed through unit cross section area per unit time, right? And the second statement is the quantity of heat passing in unit time through unit area of soil under a unit temperature difference between two phases is called volumetric heat capacity. No, this is not volumetric heat capacity. Actually, this is the statement for thermal conductivity, and this is the statement for volumetric heat capacity. So correct answer for this question will be both statement 1 and 2 are incorrect. Is it? Yes, very good, Nikhila and Spurti. Keep the session interactive, guys. एक दो के ही बात करने से नहीं होगा. Just try to answer the question. Why we are solving these questions? So that आपके लिए ही beneficial हो, है ना? So then the correct answer for this is both statements are incorrect. Then we have next question. Very simple question, and this question is from soil physics part. Like the unit for particle density will be option D. Yes, very obvious. The correct answer for this is megagram per meter cube. इसमें confuse नहीं होना है. If megagram per meter cube नहीं होता, then you could have attempted kg per meter cube. But since megagram per meter cube is there, so the priority will be megagram per meter cube only. So here are some of the units, very important units like bulk density and particle density have same units. Then radioactivity, then C spacing, particle density, then pH, ODR, oxygen diffusion rate. Can anyone tell me optimum of oxygen diffusion rate of soil? What is the value of optimum oxygen diffusion rate? anyone जल्दी बताओ. कोई रिकॉल कर पा रहा है? What is the value of 20 into 10 raised to the power 8? Yes, it is around 22.5 into 10 raised to the power 8. More than 20 is also fine. Very good, very good. So see now another similar type of question just from silicate clay minerals. So it is asking about what is the example of double chain inosilicates. See, now only we have seen that pyroxene is a single chain inosilicates. Then muscovite is a example of mica or phyllosilicate. Then quartz is an example of tectosilicates. And amphibole is an example, or correct answer for this question is an example of double chain inosilicates. Very good, Satya. Option D. Can anyone tell me an example of neosilicates other than olivine? Other than olivine. Olivine तो सबको पता है. Olivine के अलावा कोई example पता है किसी को neosilicates का? Foresight. Very good, Spurti. And can anyone tell me an example of monominerally rock other than olivinite? Very good, Nikhila. Another example of monomineralic rock is donite. Then these are the examples of single chain and double chain ionosilicates. See, double chain ionosilicates are mainly represented by amphiboles, and other examples of double chain ionosilicates are hornblende, tremolite, actinolite, kerningomite, and granerite. So these examples also can be asked in the exam in statement wise type of questions. So just keep these examples in mind. Then we have next question. It is the match the following type of question, and it is asking about endopedons and epipedons and their characteristics. So yesterday we discussed about epipedons. Now today we have another. Like, can anyone tell me what are the important endopedons in India? So not visible. Is it not visible? Am I not visible? Maulic, ochric and ambic are epipedons which are important in India. I am asking about endopedons. These are epipedons. Or surface horizons. I am asking about subsurface horizons. चलो होमवर्क है, इसको नेक्स्ट सेशन में डिस्कस करेंगे. कल देयर विल बी अनदर सेशन बाय मी फॉर मोस्ट एक्सपेक्टेड क्वेश्चन सीरीज. सो कल के सेशन में अगर इसका जवाब दे दिया तो सोचेंगे कि आपकी प्रिपरेशन अच्छे से चल रही है. क्वेश्चन इज नॉट क्लियरली विजिबल. ऑडिबल तो हो रहा होगा कि व्हाट आर द एंडोपेडॉन्स इंपॉर्टेंस इन इंडिया. जैसे मौलिक, ऑक्रिक एंड अम्ब्रिक ये इपिपेडॉन्स इंडिया में इंपॉर्टेंट है, वैसे ही कोई एंडोपेडॉन्स भी होंगे विच आर ऑफ प्रायर इंपॉर्टेंस इन इंडिया. सो व्हाट आर दोस endopedons? Just tell me. Nitric, salic, very good. More other than them? Okay, so let's consider the correct answer for this. This correct answer for this question is option D. But apart from that, there are the diagnostic subsurface horizons are called endopedons, and there are total 19 endopedons. From which agrylic, natric, agric, sporic, sombric, and then cambic, candic, oxic, and sulfuric. And following these are salic, albic, glossic, calcic, gypsic, petrocalcic, petrogypsic, and lasic horizons. So these are some endopedons and their important characteristics. Just go through these characteristics because these characteristics have been asked as match the following questions. Like 2 questions were observed in 2025 paper set with similar type of questions. Then we have next question, question number 76, which is a simple match the following type of question. Just try to answer the question. Option A. Satya is saying that the correct answer for this is option A. Okay. Yes, the correct answer for this question will be option A only. Now let's understand why. See, it is saying that precision farming, enabling precise application of inputs such as fertilizers and pesticides based on site-specific conditions. So this will be precision farming. Then tractor guidance, assisting in precisely navigating agricultural machineries during field operations. Then crop monitoring is providing accurate location data for real-time monitoring of crop growth. And then yield mapping is assisting mapping and recording variations in crop yield across the field for information decision making. So the correct answer is option A. Then moving ahead to the next question, we had 77th question. It is a very easy question. पढ़ने से ही समझ में आएगा, yes, but it can be confusing. See, sheep and goats are allowed to stay overnight in the field and urine and fecal matter is added to the soil which is incorporated to shallow depths. This process of leaving sheep and goats in the field is now termed as penning. Then what is heaping? Heaping we will understand when heaps of litter from the field, like heaping refers to the collecting and piling of organic materials such as crop residues, weeds, animal dung and farm waste into a heap for the purpose of composting. Then penning now only we saw, penning is the practice of confining livestock like sheep and goat overnight in the field so that their droppings and urines enrich the soil. It can be an important procedure in organic farming. Then litter refers to the bedding material used for animals such as straw, sawdust or crop residues which absorb urine and dung. Then we have next question. Just try to answer this question. This question is from analytical chemistry C. Now analytical chemistry is gaining more number of questions day by day. So do not skip this analytical part. Practical portion is also very important. The reagents, the method we follow for determination of any nutrient element is very, very important. So what will be the correct answer for this question? Okay, so there is no surety about this question. So I'll give you a hint. See, we all know that Walkie and Black method is used for organic carbon determination, right? We know that Walkie and Black method is used for organic carbon determination. Now, another method for phosphorus determination is Mehlich test. Like Mehlich #1 reagent is used for phosphorus determination. इसको याद रख लेना, ठीक है? So anyone who was not aware about this question, Mehlich #1 reagent is used for phosphorus determination in a different type of soil atmosphere. We will see in the next slide. So Mehlich Cunningham test, fungus test, plaque method is used for phosphorus determination. और अगर ये दो questions like ये दो चीजें आपको पता है तो आप ये दो भी फिर easily guess कर सकते थे. So what will be the correct answer for this? A is 2, B is option 4 like azotobacter method for calcium. Then C, Aspergillus niger test for potassium and Walkie and Black method for carbon. Nice try, Satya. So the correct answer is option D. Now see, this Mehlich test in phosphorus, this is a snapshot from ISSS only. It is used in sandy or acid type of soils for determination of phosphorus in sandy acid soils. So these are different types of reagents like Mehlich #1 reagent, Bray's reagent, Morgan's reagent, Olsen reagent and ABDTPA method for phosphorus determination. So we were always aware about Bray and Olsen's method. So Mehlich, Bray and Morgan and ABDTPA methods can be used for determination of phosphorus. Now apart from this, Morgan's reagent is also used for determination of, can anyone tell me? Chlorine. Is it not for iron? Then DTPA method is very commonly used for determination of various micronutrients, micronutrient cations. So these things can be kept in mind. Then moving ahead to next question, we have to arrange the following minerals in decreasing C spacing. So can anyone tell me the C spacing of kaolinite and halloysite? 7.8. No, to be more precise, kaolinite has a C spacing of 7.2 Armstrong. And what is the C spacing for halloysite? Halloysite is another form of kaolinite, hydrated form of kaolinite, right? an extra water layer exists between two tetrahedral, that's like tetrahedral and an octahedral sheet is filled with water in halosite. So the C spacing of halosite is 10.1 Armstrong. Very minor difference between this halosite and mica, and so the correct answer for this question goes D, C, B and A. We'll see this in the next slide. Sorry, the correct answer is D, A, B, C. Wait, this is a wrong answer. Like this should not be the correct answer for this. The correct answer for this question is DCBA only. My mistake. So Montmorillonite has highest C spacing followed by halosite, then mica and then kaolinite. The C spacing of mica is 10 Armstrong. And what is the C spacing of Montmorillonite? It is around 14 Armstrong. So here are the C spacings. These C spacings should be kept in mind. See, illite is also referred to as mica. Do not get confused here. So you can arrange them in a increasing order. So these are the various properties of all the silicate clay minerals. This should be kept in mind. This can be an important question forming area. Then we have next question. This question is from irrigation water quality. In like see, similar type of question was also observed in yesterday's part, which was consisting of EC instead of this pH level, and then TDS, heavy metal and water temperature is considered. So I have included a sequence of factors affecting water for irrigation. This is exact line to line content from DK Das. So the suitability of particular water for irrigation is governed by the following factors. So I think like this is very controversial part to guess the correct answer, but this DK Das book has mentioned in irrigation and water quality chapter the suitability of particular water irrigation for following factors. So these factors can be followed in this sequence. So pH and EC are given most priority, like chemical composition and total concentration of soluble salt. So if there is EC or pH in any question, so the pH or EC will be prioritized for irrigation water quality, as it plays an important role in irrigation water. Then moving to the next question, a very simple question. Everyone can know the answer for this question. Like we have studied this from first year of our UG. I don't want the answer for this question. Just tell me who gave the soil forming equation and in what year, and who categorized these factors into active and passive. There are two J's. Who gave the active soil or like soil forming factors with the soil forming equation? Yes, very obvious. The correct answer for this is option B only. But tell me who gave this soil forming equation? Like what is the history of this soil forming equation and in what year? Jenny. To be more precise, the soil forming equation earlier was given by Dokuchev, which was modified by Jenny in 1941 and which was then categorized into active and passive by Joffe in year 1949. Is it correct? So these should be kept in mind regarding this soil forming factors. So can anyone tell me the equation? Like what is the soil forming equation? F is equals to? Yes, very good. Very good Ritu, Spurti. Very good Shivam. Very good Anil. Very good Spurti. So what is the equation? F is equals to PClO RPT. So moving ahead, like see, this is the flow chart showing soil forming factors active and passive. Active factors are climate and biosphere. Biosphere is also known as vegetation. And passive factors are parent material, relief and time. Then we have next question. Another question from agrochemicals. So just try to answer this question. What will be the correct answer for this question? Very good, Anil. Very good. Very good, Satya. Very good, Ritu. Option C. Very good, very good, very good. Polyphosphate is not an herbicide. Sodium, whereas sodium, chlorate, arsenate, and triarazines, all the three are used as herbicides. So here I have mentioned a list of common herbicides, insecticides, and fungicides. Just go through these lists. If this type of questions in flipped and asked in case of insecticide and fungicides, you should be able to answer. Then apart from this, a very important part from this pesticide portion is just go through the banned insecticides. We have discussed in yesterday's session. Banned insecticides, pesticides, and fungicides are also an important question forming part of NTA. So yes, polyphosphate is the correct answer for this question. Now moving ahead to the next question, we have a question from see, consider it as current affairs or general agriculture question. The statement 1 is saying that Dr. Kasturi Rangan was the ISRO's chairperson when India launched its first lunar probe, Chandrayaan 1. Is it true? Who was the chairman of ISRO when Chandrayaan 1 was launched? Yes, the correct answer is option D, but just tell me who was the chairman of ISRO when Chandrayaan 1 was launched? Are you sure that it is Dr. Madhavan? Yes, it is Dr. Madhavan Nair. Just remember, it is Dr. G. Madhavan Nair. So here it is mentioned that Krishna Swami Kasturi Rangan, his important operations were PSLVs and GSLVs. This is a snapshot from Wikipedia. If you just put in like Wikipedia about all the ISRO's chairmen and their active missions, this table will be generated. So just go through all the chairmen. Like total of 11 chairmen have been till now for ISRO, and the current chairman of ISRO is Dr. Narayanan. Just keep this thing in mind. And can anyone tell me a very important mission in under this chairmanship of Dr. Narayanan? Okay, चलो कल के सेशन में इसका आंसर चाहिए मुझे. Then we have next question. The next question is, oh, very good, Gaganyaan. Yes, Gaganyaan series an important mission under chairmanship of Dr. Narayanan. Then we have 84th question. The question is indirectly from irrigation water quality. Now just try to answer this question. Option D. D only. No, option D will not be the correct answer for this. Sorry. Yes. D is the correct answer for this question. You avoid using this water and blend with better quality water. Now let's understand why. In this question, the question is asking about a field is planted with salt sensitive crops like beans and it is scheduled for irrigation. The water available has EC. So since the parameter given is EC, we have to consider the salinity hazard. So according to salinity hazard, there are 4 classes of irrigation water: S1, S2, S3 and S4. In salinity hazard, we consider the EC in millisiemens per mole. So if the EC has 0.0 to 25, then 25 to 75, then 75 to 225, and then 225 to 500 millisiemens per meter. So first 2 categories are suitable for irrigation, but the twist is the value is given in decisiemens per meter. So now we know that 1 decisiemen per meter is equals to 100 millisiemens per meter. Keep this conversion in mind. 1 deci is equals to 100 milli. So this 0 to 0.25, this 0 to 25 will be in decisiemens per meter, 0 to 0.25. Then this will be 0.25 to 0.75. Then 0.75 to 2.25. And these two classes S3 and S4 are not suitable. So the correct answer will be avoid using this water. Primarily this water should be avoided, but if there is no option, then it should be blended with better quality of water, as the EC is exceeding 2.2 decisiemen per meter value, because only suitable value is 75 millisiemen per meter, which is 0.75 decisiemen per meter. So the correct answer is option D. So this table is very important. Then apart from these, sodium hazard and then residual sodium carbonate from irrigation water quality also important, so that should also be kept in mind. So if we convert these values into decisiemen per meter, it gets 0 to 0.25, 0.25 to 0.75, then 0.75 to 2.25 and 2.25 to 5 decisiemen per meter. Then moving ahead to the next question, given below are two statements. One is labeled as assertion and another is as reason. So the assertion says that organic matter decreases P fixation, and the reason is given as humate ions replace phosphate ions by anion exchange. So can anyone tell what is the correct answer for this question? Yes, Anil, Satya. Option A. Very good, Anil. The correct answer for this is option A. As this is a line-to-line question from ISSS, we will see in the next slide. See the role of organic matter in phosphate fixation under section 5.13 from ISSS. It is clearly mentioned that organic matter lowers phosphate fixation, and the reasons are given as under the formation of phosphohumic complexes that are easily assimilated by plant, then replacement of phosphate by humate ion, which was given in the question. Then another reason for organic matter decreasing phosphate fixation is forming a coating of sesquioxide oxide particles by humus as a protective cover, and thus reducing the phosphate fixation capacity of the soil. Then we have next question. The sequence of the following milestones in GIS history from earliest to latest is asked. Just go through the options and try to answer this question. No, option A won't be the correct answer for this. Yes, Satya, Shivam, very good. The correct answer for this question is option C. Now let's commonly understand that commercial availability of GIS software will be the last step after development of everything in GIS history. So A, C, D and B are the correct sequence, like first use of aerial photography in mapping, then development of Landsat satellite program, then it will be commercial availability of GIS software, and then finally it will be available for civilian use. This will be the last step in the chronological sequence of GIS history. Then we have next question, another statement wise type of question, assertion reason, which is saying that assertion is saying that jute agrotextiles mulching controls soil erosion and improve soil water retention, and the reason for that is given as intensive tillage based agricultural production systems have harmed the quality of soil. So is there any relation between assertion and reason? Very good, Anil, very good, Shivam. both assertion and reason are true, but reason is not correctly explaining assertion, as there is no link between tillage operation and this mulching control, right? So these both are individual statements and individually correct. So this is the correct answer for this question. Then we have next question. It is asking about soil heat capacity. So can anyone tell me what is soil heat capacity? Definition of soil heat capacity. Heat capacity. Now only we have seen that the amount of heat required to raise the temperature of any body by 1 degree Celsius is known as heat capacity. So which of the following four soils will have maximum specific heat capacity? Yes, very good, Anil. Wet clay soil will require more amount of heat to raise temperature by 1 degree Celsius. Yes, there might be a confusion between this frozen loam soil and wet clay soils, but the correct answer will be wet clay soils only, because wet clay soils will require more amount of heat to raise its temperature by 1 degree Celsius. Yes, very good. Option D. So here heat capacity definition and specific heat definition are mentioned. You can just go through these definitions. See, heat capacity is the quantity of heat required to raise the temperature of unit mass or volume of body by 1 degree Celsius, and it is expressed as calories per degree Celsius. The maximum heat capacity among these four options will be in wet clay soils. So moving to the next question, we are supposed to find out the soil's differential water capacity. So what will be the correct answer for this? Yes, very good, Shivam. Heat capacity is heat required to raise temperature by 1 degree Celsius. Very good. Okay, अनिल बहुत फास्ट कैलकुलेट कर रहे हो यार, आंसर की लेके बैठे हो क्या पेपर की? So now let's understand what is given in the question. First of all, given content is, we are given with the values of hydraulic conductivity, diffusivity, and we are supposed to calculate the value of differential water capacity. So let's denote this. What is the hydraulic conductivity of soil? 10 raised to the power minus 4. Then uh, diffusivity is given as 10 raised to the power 2 centimeter square per second. This is centimeter per second. And we are supposed to calculate differential water capacity. So now let's understand what is diffusivity. Diffusivity is the ratio of unsaturated hydraulic conductivity to its water capacity, specific water capacity. Now in case of soil water, both specific water capacity and differential water capacity is same. So what is given? Diffusivity is the ratio of hydraulic conductivity and its specific water capacity. So we have to calculate specific water capacity. It will be given by hydraulic conductivity upon diffusivity. So what's the value of hydraulic conductivity? It is 10 raised to the power minus 4 centimeter per second, and value of differential water capacity is given as, diffusivity is given as 10 raised to the power 2 centimeter square per second. So the answer will be, if we per second and per second gets cancelled, this centimeter is transferred upward, and 10 raised to the power minus 6 per centimeter. The correct answer will be 10 raised to the power minus 6 per centimeter. So this way this problem can be solved. Yes, very good, Anil. Then we have next question. Next question is from, again, agrochemicals. Just try to go through this 4 statements and answer the question. Option A. Okay. Well, option A is not fully correct. I am not totally agreeing with this option A being totally correct, but let's understand why. Yes, this statement 2 is false because this alkaloid strychnine is secreted or given by Stricus nux vomica, and this Rauwolfia serpentina gives reserpine insecticide. Just keep this thing in mind. Then ecdysomes are insect molting natural hormones. Yes, the carbamate group of pesticides were related to Bhopal gas incident. Can anyone tell me the proper name of this carbamate group of insecticide? What insecticide was responsible for Bhopal gas tragedy? And then statement 4, rotenone is a natural compound used as insecticide. If this statement was there, then it could have been correct, पर ऐसा कोई option ही नहीं है, because rotenone is primarily used as insecticide. अभी तक इसका कोई herbicidal action discover नहीं हुआ है. अगर इसका किसी के पास कोई source है, तो हमारे group में upload कर देना please. मैं श्योर नहीं हूँ कि रोटेनॉन इज यूज्ड एज हेर्बिसाइड और नॉट. अगर किसी के पास इसका कोई प्रॉपर रेफरेंस है तो प्लीज शेयर इन द ग्रुप. ओके, सो द करेक्ट आंसर फॉर दिस गिवन बाय एनटीए, बिकॉज ऑप्शंस ही ऐसे है कि 3 स्टेटमेंट्स को ट्रू या फॉल्स करारना ही है. सो वी हैव टू गो विद ऑप्शन ए, एंड एनटीए हैज आल्सो गिवन option 1, 3 and 4 as correct and 2 as false. So we have seen that why statement 2 is wrong, because strychnine is secreted by Strychnus nux vomica plant species, whereas this Rauwolfia serpentina is responsible for secretion of reserpine, which is used as insecticide. So, what was the carbamate group of insecticide which was like responsible for causing Bhopal gas tragedy incident? Agricultural chemicals. See, last year around 7 questions. Before that, in 2024 exam, around 5 questions were there. So, seeing the trend, the questions are every year increasing, and it is a very important part, so it should not be skipped. Now just tell me, what was the carbamate group of insecticide which was responsible for Bhopal gas tragedy? Very good Shivam, it was methyl isocyanate. So if this is asked in match the following type of question, do not skip this. Then we have next question from general agriculture. It is asking about relative growth rate is increase in dry matter weight per आधा आंसर तो एनटीए ने इसको क्वेश्चन में दे दिया है. रेट इज इंक्रीज इन ड्राई वेट. अगर किसी ने यहाँ दिमाग लगाया होता इंक्रीज इन ड्राई वेट, so unit weight per unit time is the correct answer for this question. C, relative growth rate is the increase in plant biomass per unit of existing biomass per unit time. Then what is cropping intensity? Let's understand the total cropping area upon net cultivated area when multiplied by 100 gives cropping intensity. So now what is the cropping intensity of India currently? अगर सिंपल वर्ड्स में क्रॉपिंग इंटेंसिटी को समझने जाए तो अवेलेबल एरिया और उसमें से उसके कंपैरिजन में कल्टीवेटेड एरिया, जितना एरिया हमारे पास है उसके कंपैरिजन में जितना एरिया हम कल्टीवेट कर रहे हैं उसको हम बोलेंगे क्रॉपिंग इंटेंसिटी. यस, इंडिया की क्रॉपिंग इंटेंसिटी करंटली इज 139%. रिमेंबर दिस वैल्यू, दिस कैन बी आस्क्ड. देन वी हैव लीफ एरिया इंडेक्स. द लीफ एरिया इंडेक्स इज द रेशियो ऑफ टोटल लीफ एरिया इन कंपैरिजन टू द ग्राउंड एरिया. And similarly, we have land equivalent ratio. Land equivalent ratio is the yield of intercrop divided by yield of sold crop and on that field. So when this land equivalent ratio is more than 1, we can say that intercropping is more productive than monocropping. But when this is less than 1, we should go with sole cropping. So land equivalent ratio is used to determine that whether the field is suitable for monocropping or intercropping. So in condition where land equivalent ratio is more than 1, we can go with intercropping in such field. But when the land equivalent ratio is less than 1, we should go with sole cropping. When it is equal, both intercropping and monocropping are essential. Sir, agronomy से कितने questions आते हैं? Nothing is predictable भाई, but see, agronomy से भी अराउंड 7 to 8 क्वेश्चंस थे ही. एग्रोमेट्रोलॉजी और एग्रोनॉमी के कंबाइन कंसीडर करेंगे तो जनरल एग्रीकल्चर तो 25% वेटेज हमारे एग्जाम में है ही. तो इतना कंसिडर करके चल ही सकते हैं कि वी विल गेट अराउंड 4 to 5 क्वेश्चंस इन एग्जाम, आ ही सकते हैं। सी नेमराज सुंदा से अगर पढ़ लो जनरल एग्रीकल्चर तो वेल मोर देन इनफ होना चाहिए, ऐसा बोल सकता हूँ। नाउ जस्ट ट्राई टू आंसर दिस क्वेश्चन, दिस इज फ्रॉम इरोजन एंड कंजर्वेशन पार्ट। यस वेरी गुड। अगर किसी को पता हो कि स्लोप लेस देन 2 इज कंसिडर्ड एज फ्लैट, तो उसको इसका आंसर इजीली मिल जाता, क्योंकि सी हैज ओनली सी हैज 2 as the option for A. So here I have mentioned different categories and their slope percentage. So more than 30 अगर कहीं हो तो it can be hilly or even steep descent, ये सब याद रखना है। फ्लैट को याद रख लो, फ्लैट इज लेस देन 2, देन अंडुलेटिंग इज 5 to 10, जेंटली अंडुलेटिंग इज 2 to 5। इतना भी अगर याद रहे तो काफी है, ठीक है। देन नेक्स्ट वी हैव न्यूट्रलाइजिंग वैल्यू ऑफ कैल्शियम ऑक्साइड। चलो इसका फॉर्मूला मुझे बताएंगे, ये तो न्यूमेरिकल क्वेश्चन है। लाइक अगर समझो तुमको ये वैल्यू पता नहीं है तो तुम इसको कैलकुलेट कैसे करोगे? न्यूट्रलाइजिंग वैल्यू ऑफ कैल्शियम ऑक्साइड, न्यूट्रलाइजिंग वैल्यू का कॉमन फॉर्मूला क्या है? यस, द करेक्ट आंसर फॉर दिस इज ऑप्शन डी। ये सबको पता ही होना है, रट लिया होगा कहीं ना कहीं से। पर अगर समझो किसी को पता नहीं है तो कैलकुलेट कैसे करोगे, वो भी तो पता होना चाहिए। यू शुड नो हाउ टू कैलकुलेट इफ यू फॉरगेट इन द एग्जाम। Let's understand the formula for this neutralizing value calculation is molecular weight of CaCO3 divided by molecular weight of climbing material into 100। तो समझते हैं कि अगर हमें ये वैल्यूज नहीं दी होती और हमको बोला गया होता कि न्यूट्रलाइजिंग वैल्यू ऑफ कैल्शियम ऑक्साइड कैलकुलेट करो, तो हम इसको कैसे निकालते? क्या होता CaO का मॉलिक्यूलर वेट? इट विल बी अराउंड 40.8 प्लस 16 ऑफ ऑक्सीजन। एंड व्हाट विल बी द मॉलिक्यूलर वेट ऑफ CaCO3? कैल्शियम का 40.8, कार्बन का 12 और ऑक्सीजन का अराउंड 48। सो इसका टोटल करो और इसका टोटल करो, ठीक है। सो वॉट एवर विल बी द टोटल वैल्यू ऑफ कैल्शियम कार्बोनेट, इट विल बी अराउंड 40 40 80, this will be 60, this is 100.8 and this is around 56 into 100, so the answer will be approximately around 180 something and the nearest option is 179। so अगर किसी को एग्जाम में याद नहीं है वैल्यू तो ऐसे करके इसका आंसर निकाला जा सकता है। अनिल, यस यस, वेरी गुड वेरी गुड वेरी गुड, ऑन द ट्रैक हो भाई। ऐसे ही प्रिपेयर करते रहो, बहुत अच्छे से एग्जाम निकल जाएगी। कुछ कॉमन एलिमेंट्स के लाइक क्लाइंबिंग मटेरियल्स के न्यूट्रलाइजिंग वैल्यू है कैल्शियम कार्बोनेट इक्विवेलेंट परसेंटेज में। लाइक यू शुड रिमेंबर दीज वैल्यूज। अगर पॉसिबल है तो इसको याद कर लो, या नहीं याद है, नहीं याद करना है तो फिर फॉर्मूला याद रखो, इट विल बी वेरी गुड। यस, डोलोमाइट हैज 109। yes, very good, approx 109। then we have next question, very simple question, method which is used for composting of organic residues, use of earthworm। yes, the correct answer is option B, vermicomposting। now if we are enriching some compost with further micronutrient elements, then it could have been enriched compost। so here I have mentioned different types of like classification of manures, like bulky organic manures, concentrated organic manures and green manures। इस स्लाइड का स्क्रीनशॉट ले लेंगे और इसको भी अच्छे से याद रखेंगे। now can anyone tell me some of the species of earthworms which are used in vermicomposting? few species, few exotic and indigenous species। Easinia fetida, Yes, Eisenia foetida is a very common species of earthworm which is used for vermicomposting. Then Perionyx excavatus is an exotic species of earthworm. This is an indigenous species. Then Eudrilus eugeni is also an indigenous species used for vermicomposting. Very good, very good. Then we have next question, like a very simple direct question. Old alluvial soils are having the name of, इसमें बिल्कुल कंफ्यूज नहीं होना है. ओल्ड एल्यूवियल, पुराना कहीं पे आया तो भंगार मार्क करके आ ही जाना है बस. ओल्ड एल्यूवियल आर नोन एज भंगार, न्यू एल्यूवियल आर नोन एज खादर. नाउ व्हाट इज दिस रेगुर, रेगुर एंड भाल? रेगुर एंड भाल किस चीज के नाम है? कौन सी सॉइल्स को रेगुर और भाल के नाम से जाना जाता है? ब्लैक सॉइल. ओके, दोनों ही ब्लैक सॉइल है स्फूर्ति, रेगुर और भाल दोनों. रेगुर इन यूपी ब्लैक. ओके, वेरी गुड. फिर करैल कहाँ पे बोलते हैं भाई? अगर यूपी में रेगुर बोल रहे हैं तो करैल कहाँ पे बोलते हैं? और भाल कौन सी सॉइल है? ये रेगुर और ब्लैक दोनों ही ब्लैक सॉइल्स के नाम है. गुजरात में भाल के नाम से जानी जाती है ब्लैक सॉइल, एंड करैल इसका नाम है यूपी में. ठीक है, इसको याद रख लेना. So this is some description about alluvial soils. And alluvial soil का dominant type of clay mineral कौन सा है? Illite. Illite is the very dominant type of clay mineral found in alluvial soil. And the soil orders which are included in alluvial soil include antisol, inceptisol, alphisol, and aridisols. So this is also an important question. Then we have next question from assertion reason type of question or irrigation water quality types of questions. Yes, very good. The correct answer for this is both assertion and reason are true, and reason is the correct explanation for assertion. See, high amount of like irrigation water with high sodium adsorption ratio. High sodium adsorption ratio will be more, like if SAR is more, there will be more amount of sodium, and we know that sodium is responsible for dispersion of soil particles. So the correct answer is both assertion and reason are true. And we have, like I have also mentioned the value of sodium hazard, like salinity classes, sodium hazard classes, SAR values, which are suitable and not suitable. So see, S1 and S2 class are suitable, 0 to 10 and 10 to 18 milli equivalent per liter. What will be the unit of SAR? Milli equivalent per liter. And then S3 and S4, like more than 18, if SAR range goes, then that water is not suitable for irrigation purposes. So yes, if the value of sodium adsorption ratio is high in some irrigation water, it will lead to dispersion and decrease the permeability. So both assertion and reason are true, and reason is the correct explanation for assertion. Then we have next question. Which of the following is the key benefit of crop diversification? Just try to answer this question. It is a very easy question. Like Aman is asking, most dangerous and most occurring water erosion. Most dangerous is sheet erosion. Yes, most dangerous is sheet erosion. Which of the following is key benefit of crop diversification? How can option B be the correct answer? Shivam. Yes, crop diversification has main advantage of reduced crop failure. See, this picture can easily explain crop diversification. Crop diversification are of two types. First type is vertical diversification and another type is horizontal diversification. So when we cultivate more than one type of crop in single field, either horizontally or vertically, that is termed as crop diversification, and it reduces the risk of crop failure. So here you can understand vertical and horizontal crop diversification. And moving to the next question, here are some enzymes and their role. So just try to match this question. It is a very easy question. अगर इसमें एक भी पता है तो पूरा पूरा आंसर आपको पता चल जाएगा. यस भाई, मैंने जब ये जेआरएफ का पेपर लिखा था तो मैंने बस यही देखा था कि डिहाइड्रोजनेज एंजाइम इज रिस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर ऑक्सीडेशन ऑफ ऑर्गेनिक कंपाउंड्स एंड डी का 2 सिर्फ एक ही ऑप्शन में है. सो द करेक्ट आंसर फॉर दिस वाज ऑप्शन डी. Very common urea hydrolysis is carried out by urease enzyme. Then lignin hydrolysis is carried out by this phenol oxidase, and then cellobiose hydrolysis is by glucosidase enzyme. So the correct answer for this is option D. C. Then moving to the next question, we have two statements regarding soil survey. Just try to answer the question for this. Non-protein and protein part of enzyme. Apoenzyme and holoenzyme. Don't worry, this will be covered in detail in marathon series. We are coming ahead with marathon series also. Also, we have covered entire part of these questions. लाइक ये सारा जितना भी कंटेंट है बायोकेमिस्ट्री का और सारा जितना भी कंटेंट है हमारे मास्टर कोर्स में हमने अच्छे से कवर किया है, तो डरने की कोई ज़रूरत नहीं है. इफ़ एट ऑल यू फील कि आपको इसमें से कोई पार्ट नहीं आ रहा है, सीधा जाएंगे मास्टर कोर्स में का क्लास खोलेंगे और बायोकेमिस्ट्री का क्लास देख लेंगे 1 घंटे में. लाइक वॉट एवर सेशन, 1 या 1.5 घंटे का सेशन होगा. पूर्विता मैम ने बहुत अच्छे तरीके से पूरा बायोकेमिस्ट्री का पार्ट कवर कराया है. सो बिल्कुल नहीं डरना है कि बायोकेमिस्ट्री से बहुत सारे क्वेश्चन आ रहे हैं या ऐसा कुछ. Yes, the correct answer for this is option A only. Both statements are true. But now let's understand what is a pedon and a polypedon. Polypedon also known as soil individual, and its minimum range is 1 kilometer square and maximum it can extend to infinity. Then pedon. Pedon has been proposed for small basic soil entity that is the part of continuum mantling. So now what is the difference between this pedon and soil horizon? Can anyone tell me? Like soil profile और पेडॉन में क्या डिफरेंस है? क्या ऐसा विजुअल डिफरेंस है बिटवीन अ पेडॉन एंड अ सॉइल प्रोफाइल? तो याद रखना, सॉइल प्रोफाइल एक जनरली 2 डायमेंशनल एंटिटी है और दिस पेडॉन इज कंसिडर्ड इनटू 3D and the minimum area for this pedon is 1 to 10 meter square depending upon variability or depth. About 2 meter of depth is taken in pedon. Then we have next question. This question is from general agriculture, or we can also consider this question from agrometeorology. The ratio between crop evapotranspiration and potential evapotranspiration is called as. अब बहुत लोगों को क्रॉप कोएफिशिएंट और पैन कोएफिशिएंट में कंफ्यूजन होता है, तो द करेक्ट आंसर फॉर दिस इज crop coefficient only. Why? Because let's understand, crop coefficient is ratio of evapotranspiration and potential evapotranspiration. But what is pan coefficient? Pan coefficient is ratio of evapotranspiration and pan evapotranspiration. So here you can see in the next slide, the ratio between crop evapotranspiration and potential evapotranspiration is crop coefficient. Then also some other options like albedo and Bowen's ratio are also there. So I have mentioned the explanation of albedo. आप albedo का भी explanation go through कर सकते हैं. Sir, for pedon in treatise it was given as kilometer square. No, it is not for pedon, it is for polypedon. पेडॉन अगर ट्रीटाइज में दिया भी होगा तो वो गलत होगा, क्योंकि ISSS में क्लियरली मेंशन किया गया है, और वो जो मैंने लाइंस उठाई है वो ISSS से ही है, सो डोंट वरी अबाउट इट. पेडॉन इन ट्रीटाइज इज like no, how can pedon be in kilometer square? It will be 1 to 10 meter square only. Pedon is the smallest entity, right? Don't worry, be clear. Now next question we have mechanical movement of clay and iron oxides from A horizon without undergoing chemical alteration. इसका आंसर बहुत सिंपल होगा, सबको पता भी होगा, बट ये टर्म दी किसने मुझे वो बताएंगे. Yes, very good Aman. Who gave this term lessivage? मेयर? नहीं भाई, मेयर ने नहीं दी है. Try more, try more. No, Mayer has not given the term lessivage. Lessivage term is associated with some other scientist. Try to answer. Anyone else? Apart from Anil. Is it Dakafor? Scientist Dakafor is given the credit of. Yes, very good Shivam. So these are some of our courses, like Shreshtha batch is now available for 1999 for the last 1 month of your preparation. Then mock test bundle for just 499. And anyone, if someone is watching this video for 2027 exam, it is available for just 499. You can just go and avail the offer and get the course for 2027 exam for 4999 only. So here this is the very important is from this is brownification, then leaching is also important, then laterization and podzolization. ये चार terms तो सबको पता ही होनी चाहिए. Then glaciation is appearance of clay horizon in waterlogged soil. Then what is brownification? Release of iron from primary minerals and their dispersal as coatings. Then when dispersed iron is absorbed as coatings on primary minerals, then it is called as brownification or rubification, right? Then what is laterization? Laterization is removal of silica from soil and accumulation of oxides, whereas podzolization is removal of iron and aluminum oxides. So just remember the key difference between podzolization and laterization. In podzolization, removal of iron and aluminum oxides, whereas in laterization, removal of silica is there. This should be kept in mind. Then we have another question from soil biology. The question is a statement based question and it is talking about denitrification. The statement 1 says that denitrification involves the microbial reduction of nitrate and nitrite under anaerobic conditions with the release and loss of molecular nitrogen or of oxides of nitrogen. Yes, definitely statement 1 is correct. Now let's go through statement 2. Denitrification proceeds only when the nitrogen supply in soils is too low to meet the requirements of denitrifying organisms. No, this statement cannot be true, as ample amount of nitrate is present in the soil, then and then only denitrification process takes place. So the correct answer for this is statement 1 is correct, but statement 2 is incorrect. Yes. Yes, very good, Aman. No, Shivam, it won't be option B, as statement 1 is correct, as denitrification involves the microbial reduction of nitrate and nitrite under anaerobic conditions. This is correct. So moving ahead to the next question. The question is very simple. Optical pyrometer is used to measure. Aman, very good, Aman, very good. Very good. Optical pyrometer is used to measure soil temperature. Then moving to the next question, we have another numerical type of question. It is asking about a saturated soil profile has hydraulic gradient of 0.5 and hydraulic conductivity of 0.8 centimeter per hour. We are asked to calculate Darcy's velocity. First of all, given hydraulic gradient is given as 0.5 and hydraulic conductivity as 0.8 centimeter per hour. Now we are needed to calculate Darcy's velocity. What is Darcy's velocity? Most of you are saying that the correct answer is option A. Yes, the correct answer will be option A, as we have Darcy's equation as flux is equals to minus K into del H by L. So simply this is hydraulic gradient and this is hydraulic conductivity and this is as hydraulic gradient. So we'll just put the values as 0.5 into 0.8 to calculate the Darcy's velocity. Flux can be denoted as velocity. So it will be 0.4 centimeter per hour. Sorry. This is not the correct answer for this question. Option A will be the correct answer. So moving to the next question. Question number, yes, K into HI. Yes, yes, very good, Anil. Next question is a assertion reason type of question, and it is talking about soil water characteristic curve. The assertion is saying that soil water characteristic curve is different for desorption drying and sorption wetting. Yes, assertion is exactly true, and the reason is given as the contact angle of water on solid walls of pores as well as the radius of curvature is smaller during sorption than desorption than sorption, and a high contact angle hysteresis leads to ink bottle effect where the capillary rise height is shorter during wetting than drying. Yes, both the statements are true and reason is perfectly explaining assertion. So the answer will be A. As we have seen that hysteresis has important reasons as ink bottle effect, contact angle, entrapped air and swelling and shrinking mechanism. So among these, ink bottle effect and contact angle are clearly mentioned in the statement. And let's understand what is hysteresis then. The differing theta and psi curves like desorption and sorption curves during drying and wetting is called hysteresis. This difference is called as hysteresis. So drying and wetting soils behave differently at the same metric suction. So can anyone tell me, among drying and wetting soils, which soil has maximum moisture content? Among drying and wetting soils, कौन से soil में ज़्यादा moisture content होगा? Very good, very good. Drying soils have more moisture content as compared to wetting soils at same metric suction. So इसीलिए देखो drying का curve ज़्यादा है than wetting का curve. So this is soil moisture characteristic curve. इसको भी याद रखना है. Then we have next question. Potassium deficiency is induced by the toxicity of antagonistic effect due to higher availability of, yes, very good. The correct answer for this is magnesium. So what effect is explaining the antagonistic effect of potassium deficiency or magnesium deficiency in the soils? There is some effect which is explaining this phenomenon in potassium. Can anyone name that effect? सर एक बार सब न्यूट्रिएंट्स के डेफिनेटली सारे न्यूट्रिएंट्स के इफेक्ट्स मैराथन सेशन में डिटेल में कवर किए जाएंगे. डोंट वरी अबाउट दैट. यस, वेरी गुड अनिल. Viet's effect says that it is a relation between K and Ca and Mg also. It explains Mg. Very good. वेरी गुड. सो विएट्स इफेक्ट भी important ऑब्जेक्टिव है. It is named after scientist Viets. Then we have next question. Which of the following are consequences of accelerated soil erosion? Just very easy question, direct question है. कोई भी पढ़ेगा तो इसका आंसर दे सकता हो. Just try to answer this question. Viets effect को explain करना है. Okay. See, what does Viets effect says? Viets effects is a relation. कुछ नहीं है Viets effects में, बस कैल्शियम और पोटेशियम के अवेलेबिलिटी का रिलेशनशिप है. ठीक है. इट सेज दैट अगर कैल्शियम किसी सॉइल में ज्यादा हो तो इट विल अफेक्ट द अवेलेबिलिटी ऑफ पोटेशियम इन द सॉइल. जस्ट दैट्स इट. इतना ही सिंपल है, कुछ ज्यादा कॉम्प्लिकेट नहीं करना है विएट्स इफेक्ट में. और इसको अगर तुमको पढ़ना है तो जस्ट गो थ्रू पोटेशियम चैप्टर. लास्ट में इंटरैक्शंस ऑफ पोटेशियम विद अदर न्यूट्रिएंट एलिमेंट्स में विएट्स इफेक्ट एक पैराग्राफ में लेफ्ट साइड में होगा. उसको वहां से पढ़ लोगे तो बिल्कुल लाइन टू लाइन क्लियर हो जाएगा. नथिंग मच कॉम्प्लिकेटेड, जस्ट इट इज एक्सप्लेनिंग द रिलेशनशिप बिटवीन कैल्शियम एंड पोटेशियम एंड साइमल्टेनियसली मैग्नीशियम. It is saying that if calcium is high in amount, it is going to affect the availability of potassium to the plants. That's it. That's it, the VH. Okay, next question. Which of the following are the consequences of accelerated soil erosion? Okay, very good. How can organic matter increase in some soil with erosion? This is not possible. Organic matter will decline. So the correct answer for this is option A, B and D. Yes. See, NTA ने इसका आंसर गलत दिया था. So correct answer will be option A, B and D only. इस पीडीएफ में जितने भी आंसर्स है सारे एनटीए आंसर की इसके अकॉर्डिंग है. तो जो आंसर्स बताए जा रहे हैं उन्हीं को कंसीडर करेंगे. प्लीज कीप इन माइंड. Then next question we have salt tolerant mechanism in barley. What is the salt tolerant mechanism in barley? This is a question from general agriculture. Barley is a salt tolerant crop and what mechanism does it use? Yes, very good. Exclusion. The roots of barley are adapted to exclude salts and just take up water, which helps to survive it in salt rich areas. Exclusion salt tolerant mechanism in which plants restrict or block the entry of toxic salts like sodium and chloride at root surface only and just allow water to enter in the surface. Some other examples other than barley are rice and some legume crops. Also some plants like halophytes or plants that grow in mangroves areas are also using osmoregulation mechanism. Then amoeba, protozoans and fish also use osmoregulation mechanism. Fishes that survive in seas use osmoregulation as the mechanism of salt tolerance. And apart from this, heat of solution and exoosmosis are also mentioned. Then exoosmosis is used as salt tolerant mechanism in some grasses and rice under highly saline conditions. So इसको भी एक बार अच्छे से देख लेंगे. Then we have next question. It is a match the following type of question और इसको भी अगर simply एक बार पढ़ेंगे तो अच्छे से आंसर कर सकते हो. So what will be the correct answer for this question? Yes, very good. The correct answer for this question is option D. Soil colloids research for understanding CEC. Then soil compaction studies for improved root zone and aeration methods. Then soil organic carbon modeling for climate change. And then precision soil mapping for understanding the CEC and site specific nutrient management. So moving ahead to the next question, we have statement wise type of question for acid sulfate soils. Just try to answer the question. Statement 1 says that acid sulfate soils can be effectively neutralized using lime-based amendments to raise the pH and reduce harmful effects of acidity on the environment. Whereas statement 2 says that acid sulfate soils are characterized by their low pH, usually below 4, which can lead to detrimental effects on vegetation and aquatic life. So both the statements are true in case of acid sulfate soils. We'll see in the next slide some important characteristics of acid sulfate soils. See, acid sulfate soils are naturally occurring soils, sediments or organic substrates like peat soils that are formed under waterlogged conditions. Then these soils contain iron sulfide minerals, predominantly as mineral pyrite, which are very responsible for its pH lower than 4. High amount of iron sulfide and pyrite minerals make its pH less than 4. So these are found in West Bengal, Orissa, Kerala, Tamil Nadu, and then what are these soils also known as? Acid sulfate soils are also known as, are they called as cat clays? Yes, they are also known as curry soils. Very good, Aman. Then we have next question. Which among the following relations are incorrect? Sorry, which of the following are correct? So what will be the correct answer for this question? Yes, option B is the correct answer for this question, as we'll understand why. 1 gram per centimeter cube will be equal to 1000 kg per meter cube, and percent to ppm should be ppm divided by 10,000. Okay. Yes. Don't worry. This will be covered in detail in marathon session in soil physics part. Don't worry. So see, अगर ये ऐसे होते तो ये चारों relations correct थे. 1 hectare we know that it is 2.5 acres. Then 1 bar is 100 kilopascals. So this is option. Like what do you want me to explain in option B? इसमें क्या explain करना है? Option C में क्या explain करने जैसा है? 1 gram per centimeter cube will be equal to, sorry, हाँ, 1000 kg per meter cube. This is the correct relation, right? Yes. Okay. So फेवरेट क्वेश्चन एनटीए का हर साल ही एग्जाम में पूछा जाता है, बुक्स एंड देयर ऑथर्स. अगर सबको पता हो, जे सहगल की कॉमन टेक्स्ट बुक ऑफ पेडोलॉजी बुक है. देन सॉइल फिजिक्स, डी हिलेल, दिस इज आल्सो रिगार्डेड एज फादर ऑफ सॉइल फिजिक्स. Then the nature and properties of soil is given by Weil and Brady, and soil chemical analysis by Jackson. So the correct answer will be option D. Yes, very good. So 113th question. The question is asking about arrange the following fertilizers in decreasing amount of their phosphorus. बाद में अरेंज करना, पहले मुझे अमाउंट ऑफ फॉस्फोरस बताना हर न्यूट्रिएंट में. व्हाट विल बी द न्यूट्रिएंट कंटेंट, फॉस्फोरस कंटेंट इन सिंगल सुपरफॉस्फेट, देन अमोनियम मेटाफॉस्फेट, बेसिक स्लैग एंड डीएपी. Yes, the correct answer is BDAC. But tell me the nutrient content in each and every fertilizer. Like what will be the fertilizer content? Like phosphorus content in SSP, then ammonium metaphosphate, then basic slag and diammonium phosphate. Basic slag में 14 to 16. Okay, around 16. SSP में तो 16 ही है, then DAP में 46 करेक्ट है. Then apart from 46, what amount of nitrogen is present in DAP? ये भी बताइए देना. Then ammonium metaphosphate has around 80% of phosphorus, and then basic slag has around 14% of phosphorus. So the correct answer for this is BDAC, option C. Then I have also mentioned some of the different phosphatic fertilizers. Just go through it. Here you can go through SSP, DSP and TSP. It has 16%, 32% and 46 to 48% of P2O5. Then 14 to 18% of P2O5 in basic slag, and then rock phosphate, raw bone meal and steamed bone meal. The next question, idea of breeding crops to increase their nutritional value is known as? What is the process of enrichment of nutritional value of crops through breeding known as? Yes, it is known as biofortification. So here I have mentioned some of the different types of biofortification, like normal conventional breeding, then genetic engineering or transgenic methods, and agronomic biofortification are the major type of biofortification which are followed. Then high iron pearl millet is an example of conventional breeding, like selective breeding type of biofortification. Golden rice, which is rich in vitamin A, is developed through genetic engineering, and zinc rich wheat is an example of agronomic biofortification. So do not get confused in this conventional breeding and agronomic biofortification. Agronomic biofortification is when we enrich the field, like we apply nutrient enriched fertilizer in the field, which is then uptaken into the crop. That will be agronomic biofortification. But when the biofortification is through breeding, that is conventional biofortification. Then we have next question, with the increase in CC and percentage base saturation of soil, the fixation of both potassium and ammonium will? हाँ भाई, बायोफोर्टिफिकेशन इन जनरल जेनेटिक्स का तो नहीं कह सकते, हाँ, बट जनरल एग्रीकल्चर के पार्ट में से ही पूछा गया क्वेश्चन. Yes, with increase in CEC and percentage base saturation, K and NH4 will increase. See why? When percentage base saturation is increasing, the amount of cations is increasing, so the fixation of potassium and ammonium ion will also increase. So the correct answer for this is option A. Yes, very good, Anil, Aman. Now we have next question. Alkali soils are characterized by? Last few questions are left. Let's keep the session interactive, guys. Option B, A, B and C. Yes, very obvious. बहुत easy question है. इसका आंसर होगा A, B and C only. अगर pH range specifically 8.5 to 10 दी गई है, ये किसके लिए होता? Like up to 10 pH कौन से soils में देखा जाएगा? From salt affected soils. हाँ, इस क्वेश्चन में बहुत कंफ्यूजन था, बट दिस 8.5 to 10 pH is more primarily for saline sodic soils. Like saline sodic soils का pH up to 10 होता है. So this is for saline sodic soils. Like alkali soils, sodic soils can have pH more than 8.5. Sometimes it can cross more than 10. So the correct answer for this was given by NTA was A, B and C only. So this table is very, very important. See, saline soils ka pH is less than 8.5, whereas EC is more than 4 decisiemens per meter. And ESP and SAR are less than 15 and 13 respectively. So ये टेबल तो बिल्कुल याद होना ही चाहिए. इसमें से डेफिनेटली 2 क्वेश्चन हर साल आने ही आने हैं. कम से कम 4 मार्क्स तो डेफिनेटली ये क्वेश्चन, ये टेबल तुमको देगा ही देगा, कुछ भी हो जाए आने ही आने हैं डेफिनेटली। सो ये टेबल रट लेना, कैसे भी याद कर लेना, बट कर ही लेना। और रटने की तो जरूरत भी नहीं है, क्योंकि सलाइन सॉइल्स का पीएच अगर याद कर लो तो बाकी सब पूरा पूरा टेबल इजीली याद हो जाएगा, ठीक है। Then moving ahead to next question. 117th question is asking about stem nodulating plant. This question is from soil biology. Yes, stem nodulating plant is Sesbania rostrata. Very good. ये line to line question है, legume rhizobium symbiosis 5.2. This is from soil biology chapter in ISSS. See, nodule formation through stem nodulation. Few plants like Sesbania rostrata form such nodules on the stem as well, and they are involved in nitrogen fixation. So ऐसे भी question important role play कर रहा है. Keshav, very good. Then we have next question. Next question is match the following type of question, and here micronutrients are mentioned and their like mineral ores. So ये भी direct form of questions देखे जा सकते हैं. Pyrolusite has an important source of manganese. So D option A, one एक ही option में है. So the correct answer is option C. So I have also mentioned some of the important sources of minerals. इसमें ये स्मिथ स्टोन याद रख लेना, important है. Then copper में malachite और azurite, ये दो important sources है. Then iron में geothite और hematite, ये दोनों ही important है. Then manganese में pyrolusite और manganite. बोरॉन में टूरमलिन याद होना ही चाहिए. बोरॉक्स तो ठीक है, जनरली पता चल जाएगा. देन मोलिब्डेनम में वुल्फेनाइट और पवेलाइट. और निकेल के सोर्सेस है सर्पेंटिन और नोलिवाइन. ये सब याद होने ही चाहिए, ये सब इंपॉर्टेंट है और ये कैसे भी एग्जाम में पूछे जा सकते हैं. Then second last question, 119th question is asking about red and laterite soils, a statement wise question where statement 1 says laterite soils and red soils contain low amount of potassium, and then red and laterite soils are dominated by kaolinite clay. So what will be the correct answer for this question? Yes, both the statements are absolutely correct. ठीक है, and this was the correct answer given by NT. Now laterite soils are also known as multi-nutrient deficient soils. Is it true? Yes, multi-nutrient deficient soils. And what are universally deficient soils? So like which element is regarded as universally deficient? Very good. Universally deficient element is nitrogen. Now among laterite and lateritic soils, just tell me which are weathering and which is weathered. And tell me the order of laterite and lateritic soils. Which among these two is weathering and weathered? Macro nitrogen, micro zinc. Okay, that is done. Now tell me which among laterite and lateritic soils is weathered and weathering, and what orders do they belong to? Laterite is weathered. Very good. Lateritic soils are weathering. What is the order? Tell the order of laterite and lateritic soils. Ultisol. Yes, lateritic belongs to ultisol and laterite as oxisol. Very good, very good. So the last question and the question from extension education part, which among the following is not a source for fund of panchayat? Try to answer this question. Yes, Aman, very good. अमन का जनरल एग्रीकल्चर बहुत स्ट्रॉन्ग लग रहा है. Loans from nationalized bank is not a source for funds for panchayat. So this is a flowchart showing source of funds for panchayat. Donation from government, like main is sources donations, then source from government grants, fees and fines, property income, and loans from state government are the main source for panchayat. So this was all about 2025's PYQs. In yesterday's and today's session, we have studied all the PYQ sessions for 2025 in detail. अगर इसमें कुछ और आपको चाहिए तो definitely do comment in वीडियो के डिस्क्रिप्शन बॉक्स में बिल्कुल जाके कमेंट कर देना. इससे ज्यादा कुछ और चाहिए तो डोंट वरी, मैराथन सेशन में ईच एंड एवरीथिंग विल बी इन डेप्थ कवर्ड. जो भी आपको स्मार्ट प्रिपरेशन की जरूरत होगी वो सारी चीजें मैराथन सेशन में कवर करी जाएगी. और अगर किसी को और डिटेल में सारी चीजें पढ़नी है, लाइक ऐसा लग रहा है कि कोई पार्ट छूट रहा है, कोई टॉपिक का वीडियो डिटेल में देखना है, तो डेफिनेटली गो फॉर आवर मास्टर कोर्स. इट इज नाउ जस्ट अवेलेबल फॉर 199. एंड अगर किसी ने अभी भी मॉक टेस्ट बंडल परचेज नहीं करा है तो इट इज जस्ट अवेलेबल फॉर 499. सो यू कैन गो थ्रू बोथ मास्टर कोर्स एंड मॉक टेस्ट बंडल. एग्रोकेमिकल्स से कितने क्वेश्चंस आते हैं? अराउंड 5 क्वेश्चंस तो कॉमनली देखे जा रहे हैं भाई. अनिल एंड अमन, एक्सटेंशन का कुछ नहीं आता, कहाँ से कवर करें? एक्सटेंशन इज वेरी वास्ट. लाइक अगर कवर करना ही है तो एक बार तुम अरुण कात्यायन से पढ़ लो और निमराज सुंदा से भी पढ़ लोगे तो काफी रहेगा. बट जो क्वेश्चंस आने हैं वो जनरली होंगे, इतना कुछ इन डेप्थ तो नहीं आएगा. मेन फोकस कोर सब्जेक्ट पे रखो और निमराज सुंदा से एक बार अच्छे से पढ़ लो तो बहुत अच्छी प्रिपरेशन हो जाएगी डेफिनेटली. इसके अलावा और कुछ क्वेश्चंस है तो द प्लेटफॉर्म इज ओपन टू क्वेरीज नाउ. Okay, okay, okay. So thank you for joining today's session. Hope to see you in the next session. एग्रोकेमिकल्स का नहीं आता कुछ, इसको छोड़ सकता हूँ क्या? देखो भाई, एग्रोकेमिकल्स के लिए ये रिकमेंड करूंगा कि ट्राई करो कि एक दो, लाइक अगर स्टेटमेंट वाइज टाइप ऑफ क्वेश्चन है तो उसमें से एक स्टेटमेंट को डिस्कवर करो, उसके बेसिस पे स्किप करने का. लेकिन अगर बिल्कुल ही अननोन है कुछ तो छोड़ देना, इतना कुछ वरी मत करो. और अगर इसके अलावा भी अगर कुछ एग्रोकेमिकल्स तो भाई मास्टर कोर्स में इतने अच्छे से कवर किया है, फिर क्यों कुछ नहीं आ रहा है? लाइक अनिल, वी हैव प्रॉपरली कवर्ड एग्रोकेमिकल्स इन मास्टर कोर्स, तो इससे तो डर होना ही नहीं चाहिए. ISSS बेस्ड एमसीक्यूज कराओ. यस यस, डोंट वरी, ISSS बेस्ड एमसीक्यूज भी होंगे. और इस सब के लिए आप हमारे एग्रीएडिक्ट के फ्री क्विजेस डेफिनेटली ज्वाइन कर सकते हो. डेली ISSS बेस्ड टेलीग्राम क्विजेस अभी जून के मंथ में चालू होने वाले हैं. ओके, गुड नाइट शिवम. Good night. Okay. So thank you for joining today's session. Hope this session was beneficial for you all and hope to see you in the next session. Next session for soil science will be most expected series. So hope to see you in the next session. Thank you.